Good afternoon, St. Thomas. Good afternoon. You all can do better for St. Thomas. Come on. Good afternoon, St. Thomas. Thank you. You know, the last time I was in St. Thomas, I broke both my legs. And I still consider it to be one of the most beautiful parishes in this incredibly beautiful country. I came back, despite the 3 months flat on my back. So if I can love St. Thomas, I expect all of you all to make a lot of noise for it. I'd like to highlight some issues related to today's theme, which, as Dr. Henry has noted, is that family planning is a human right. And it is a life-changing human right. Why? Because despite huge progress, hundreds of millions of people are still unable to exercise their right to plan their families worldwide. And this has tremendous consequences on the health, not of the mother and the child, but of the family as a whole. And there is a huge amount of data that points to that. It is a right that is central to women's empowerment, to reducing poverty, and to achieving sustainable development. And it is a right that is deeply embedded in SDG Goal 3. The right to exercise voluntary family planning is outlined in Target 3.7 on the universal access to sexual and reproductive health services. My organization, UNFPA, supports family planning in developing countries by ensuring a reliable supply of a full range of modern contraceptives, strengthening national health systems, and supporting and promoting gender equality. In Jamaica, we work with partners like the National Family Planning Board, who are here today, and the Women's Center Foundation of Jamaica. The National Family Planning Board, through the government, has made a variety of contraceptive methods available to the public at affordable cost. It is regrettable that despite considerable progress, enough women are not making use of them. And I would point out how fortunate Jamaica is to be progressive in this regard. There are so many countries where people who deeply need contraceptives cannot access them. I know that in developing regions, some 214 million women still lack safe and effective family planning methods for a range of reasons, going from lack of information or services to lack of support from their partners or communities. And this, as I have noted, threatens the ability to build better futures for themselves, their families, and their communities. For the young people here today, and I hope you came for more than the football, the roadshow is about the future you want for Jamaica by 2030. You can make a crucial difference. From public spaces to social media, youth are a transformative force. Creative, resourceful, and enthusiastic agents of change. I therefore urge you to take an active role in matters relating to your reproductive health. Be empowered to know and exercise your rights, including the right to access services, to prevent, diagnose, and treat STIs, and to counseling on family planning, and importantly, on the right to refuse unwanted sexual advances. Your participation is central, not only to ensure you have ownership over factors affecting your own lives, but also to sustain national progress. For our part, UNFPA is fully committed to continuing to support countries' efforts to uphold the right of individuals, especially women, to plan a family. We are striving to meet all unmet needs for voluntary family planning in developing countries by 2030. We cannot do this alone. Governments, parliamentarians, the private sector, and civil society must join forces to make this happen. To begin with, developed countries could close the global funding gap for a mere 20 cents per person per year. Think about that. 20 cents per person per year. This is totally achievable. Given the expected returns for families, societies, and nations, it would be a strategic and doable investment in the world's future. On this World Population Day, UNFPA calls on governments to fulfill their commitments to ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health care and reproductive rights, including family planning services and information, as agreed in 1994 at the International Conference on Population and Development. Happy World Population Day, and thank you.